Hello, friends, and welcome to the Union Labor Advisory Network. I'm Mike Fina. Today, I'm extremely proud and privileged to have Paul Diaz from Chasing the Hook podcast on with us today to learn a little bit more about his background, history, and experience. And again, coming from the West Coast, I'm extremely happy to have Paul on. Somebody that have been inspiring me, inspiring others too with his social media. So, Paul, let you have the floor, learn a little bit more about you, and share your experience with the cast and audience today.
Awesome, Mike. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. 100% appreciate it, brother. So my name is Paul Diaz. Chasing the Hook podcast. Started that a little over a year ago. Just got the idea. Just wanted to hear the old timer stories again. I kind of been out of the field for a little while. I'm currently an organizer with Local 29. But I miss those stories that they told when I was out in the field, during lunch and coffee and things like that. So I just, the idea came to just talk to them. You know what I mean? We have a retirees luncheon here at Local 29. So obviously, I just went and started talking to those guys, and some of them had interest and decided to talk to me. So, but first of all, I am an ironworker. I've been an ironworker for 18 years now. I was out in the field for 15, worked the tools for 15. And then decided to start wanting a little bit more responsibility. I'd been a foreman on jobs, but really wanted to get into the general foreman, superintendent type person. But fortunately, I had an opportunity. The business manager asked if I would like to take a position as an organizer with the local, and I said absolutely. It's my way of giving back to the local and to the union for everything they provided for me and my family. So I am in debt to them and grateful to them.
That's great, Paul. Now, for the viewers too, like, what does an organizer do within Local 29, or what's it, as a position within the executive board and trades?
So basically, it's just I do recruiting. I go and talk to uh, iron workers who are not represented by the Ironworkers Union, basically unrepresented workers, right? So it's talking to them during the job. They may be working. I'll go up on the job and talk to them, and tell them of what we offer. Kind of get to know them a little bit better, and just say, hey, we offer this. You may not be aware of this, but here you go. If you've ever of thinking of looking for something a little bit better.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things. Recruiting, going to career fairs like we talked about earlier, Mike. Go to there, just talking to kids as well.
Yeah, and that's great. And obviously, how we connected cross coast through social media.
Yeah,
But, finding inspirational stories or looking at some of the posts that you have from the history of iron workers, or the guys that are out there in the trades, got men and women
yeah,
that are out there, building America, putting it to music, sharing their experience, and saying this is what a career is like as an iron worker. For me, it just, I find it incredible. And just working within the New York market and being able to go through some of those training facilities and seeing what these jobs were really about, just seeing you put that out there, it's like, we're really connected because, as an organizer, you're trying to bring in people into the union organized job and career within your local and as an iron worker, because all the benefits that are there.
yeah,
Um, but just seeing what's out there as well, and this is what the job is like, I think really sheds a light on people today, since everybody's on their phones
yeah,
and they could see what these jobs are actually look like. Say, this is the career I want. Where do I
yes,
get it? And you're doing a phenomenal job, and that's obviously how we connected, and love collaborating with you. But so
yeah.
again, kudos to all you everything that you're doing, and again, thank you for having you on the network today. And one of the things we were going to talk about, being in September, is Suicide Prevention Month, and in your particular local, maybe you could share a little bit of light what you guys are doing and your experience in regards to supporting that initiative.
Yeah, 100%, Mike. So kind of what we're doing is just making the membership more aware of reality, right? I don't know how it is in New York, but here in Oregon, we have addiction issues, we have suicide issues. We can all see it walking on the street every day. At least I can. And so, like, obviously there are people hurting. So construction is obviously near and dear to my heart. I really care about my brothers and sisters. So something I just want to do is just make more people aware of what we really are dealing with. We lost about 3,600 construction workers last year, and 79 of them were iron workers. So 45 out of 100,000 construction workers take their own lives every year. And that's just too many when the national average is only 13 out of 100,000. So that just kind of tells you a lot of it right there. But I just encourage people to start talking about it in their local. It's not an easy thing to talk about, but it's not a hard thing to talk about, because I deal with stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of us that do. And we have this tough guy mentality in construction. We need that, yes, but sometimes we need people to just let that go away for a second and give somebody an opportunity who is hurting, that needs to talk about something they may be going or dealing something with that at home with their family, whatever it may be, and they just need somebody to talk to without being criticized or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just encourage my brothers and sisters to be that person. Like, when they get to a job, like a job steward, every job should have a job steward, right? So why not be a person that says, hey, if there's anybody that's ever dealing with anything, come talk to me and I'll help you get whatever help you need. And no questions asked. I'm not going to criticize. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Paul. And I agree with you. It's, that communication, and, just working in labor, just knowing that the brotherhood, sisterhood, it is a family, and you're working with a group of people that should be looking out for everybody's best interest, because you're in a dangerous position. And it's a physical, the exertion that you put on your bodies as well. I mean, that it's not an easy profession to be in.
Yep.
So all the stats that you've made mention of, you talk about that, and I go through a lot of different building trades. They all have some of the different EAP programs that are accessible for those members.
Yes.
But like you mentioned,
and I could encourage my brothers and sisters to look and see what their EAP is, Mike, because a lot of us still are unaware that we have an EAP. Most unions have an EAP, and it's a great resource. I encourage you to ask your business manager or your business agent what our EAP is.
Yeah. And, my background, in the financial, industry, and just working with a lot of different service providers, those healthcare programs, those preventative maintenance programs that are all accessible to you. I mean, again, it's one of the reasons why, you're in the union, profession, job, and career, is because of those particular benefits that your organization, your union helps to organize for you. So when you look at your pay package, and then even, all these other benefits that sometimes don't go unnoticed. I mean, you might have healthcare, but like, do you know all the other things that are underneath that particular package?
Yeah, like we were talking earlier, Mike, you told me about this benefit that you guys have out there, where you can do your physical therapy online with a licensed therapist. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's being proactive. That's awesome. Like, we should have more stuff like that.
Yeah, and you look at all the different apps and tools, communication, engagement to members today, utilizing these tools to organize.
Yep.
Again, we're on social media today talking about these particular programs and just making people aware of these jobs as well as the benefits that are out there.
Yes.
I think it's extremely important. And again, just connecting with like-minded people like yourself, again, across the country on a call like this today, hopefully, shed some light to other people that maybe listen and say, hey, you know what, let me check this out. Let me see what I do, my union benefit has. And, I know with the ironworkers, there's some organizations like Impact that provide a lot of this assistance as well.
Yeah.
Again, another level of assistance, working with the, these groups. And
Impact's awesome, Mike. Impact has so many programs that I guarantee you do not know about. If you're on the West Coast listening to this or whatever, reach out to John Kanji. He is the West Coast director of Impact. Awesome guy, and he will answer whatever question, and he will get an answer if he doesn't have it. So encourage you to do that.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul. And again, these are the information. And I'm sure, once we edit this and put all this stuff out there, we can, list out some of the different, Impact contacts or other EAP resources for people, especially in the month of September, like we're talking about,
Yep.
just to bring awareness. about, what's out there and the support that level that's out there for union members, iron workers as well.
Yep.
And again, just spreading that message, again, just staying connected with you on the West Coast, just again, applaud all your efforts and things that you do, because, on the ULA Network, on the Instagram page, a lot of the stuff is like,
Yeah.
reposting or celebrating some of the connections and context that you have. And
Yeah.
the members that are out there that are posting the stuff, it is awesome. I mean, for me, I just love it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us iron workers are creative, you know what I mean? So like it's just a no-brainer. Like, we get to build cool stuff on Instagram, you know what I mean? Like some of these posts that they're doing, it's awesome.
I look at it in the construction field. Listen, we're building things together, and we have this technology. And if it's not, brick and mortar or metal or things that we're fabricating, you're connecting APIs in the tech world to say, oh, we can connect these things and make it bigger and better.
Absolutely.
And we're doing this today, and I'm excited for the future of what we're going to be able to do, because we're seeing a lot more people like progress or evolve in this particular space to really push, put a great light on what it is to be within the trades, what these career and professions are. And again, it goes beyond boundaries with gender, men and women doing this stuff today, which again, I could never do. So I throw all the much respect out to everybody that's in this profession. So,
the union and has given me everything I have, Mike. I mean, I was just a guy looking for a better opportunity. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life in like a warehouse, being, nothing against that. But when I decided to have kids, that wasn't going to cut it. So I found an opportunity, and Ironworkers gave me an opportunity. And here I am talking to you on a podcast. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Who would have thought, right? We got these Spotify podcasts now. We're bringing in all the crew to hear these particular stories.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, everybody's got a story.
Everybody does.
And the men and women in the trades have some really incredible stories that we'd love to share and bring to light. Again, talking about these particular career opportunities is my inspiration, and one of the main focuses of the ULA Network, and connecting with like-minded people like yourself. It just makes me really proud. So I'm thankful.
Mike, you've hooked me up with like guys like ironworkers out of like local 40. You know what I mean? I never thought in a million years that I would talk to any of those guys, because obviously that's, to me, I mean, I'm an ironworker. I love being an ironworker, and I love my local, but obviously New York is where it started. I mean, that's the pinnacle, you know what I mean? In Chicago, right? So to see that stuff is amazing. To talk to those guys that build World Trade Center 1, like I can't even imagine what it would have been like to set that spire, like the top and out piece. Like that's just awesome. And like I've talked to those guys that have done that, right? And so thank you for allowing me to talk to those guys, because I love it.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, again, we're just connecting people online. We're like I said, these are like-minded individuals, and in labor, there's that common goal. We're serving others, working together for a common goal and good, and just to be able to work with so many different people over my 18 years career in space. And having such great family members I consider in different locals, different chapters. It's like I'm very grateful, and my new career and chapter in life is to serve labor in the best possible way, and guys, connect these particular stories, because there's a message behind it, and if we can inspire others into these careers, that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
So again, and Paul, I know we're going to be doing more of these, without a doubt, and connecting. So if there's things that you need from the ULA Network, or just know I'll be reposting, recasting whatever you send my way. To find,
I'm going to start. So I got a thing that I'm doing for the international next week. So definitely you'll probably be seeing posts from LA. I'll be down in LA here in a week. So kind of just going to be meeting up with the rest of the organizers throughout the United States and Canada. So it's just going to be a cohort of us just having ideas and talking and how we can progress this thing.
That's great. Yeah. So share that information. I'll be, you got a line here to tap into. I'll also be in Boston in October for the International Foundation of Employee Benefits. So you're going to get a wide variety of different building trades and Taft-Hartley funds from executive level, leadership coming in, and excited to get a chance to meet a lot of people from across the country. So,
Yeah, I think our trustees will be there, Mike. I'm sure you'll probably meet them.
yeah, we'll try to connect. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to take some snapshots, get some photos. It'd be great. So, but Paul, any leaving remarks for the network? Anything you want to, I know you got some, you got the Chasing the Hook podcast. Obviously, we'll make sure everybody's looking out for that, liking, sharing, and getting on your website.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just, let everybody know that I'm going to continue, with doing the things that I do. I love editing. And for everybody who asks me where I get this stuff, it's on the internet. I just go into like Historical Society. I mean, they have a digital catalog and a lot of it is not copyrighted. So you can take those things and you can post them. So just so you know, dig into your Historical Society where you live. There's a lot of pictures of ironworkers doing ironwork, building your city. And that's all I do. So, but with that, Mike, I just, I appreciate everybody's support and the love that everybody gives Chasing the Hook podcast. And I'm just going to continue to get it to grow.
Without a doubt. Again, there's power numbers. Keep sharing that message. And again, thankful for everything that you do because, you're helping the ULA Network grow through your inspirational photos and music and videos as well. So it's a group effort and excited to see where the future brings for all of us. So thanks for everything.
All right, Mike, you guys have a good evening.
Take care, Paul. Take care.
Talk to you later.
I'd like to thank all our sponsors for helping to build and promote the ULA Network. It is because of you that we're able to support, educate, and promote informative content relevant to labor. Please subscribe, like, and share our channel and media. I'd like to thank you all for your support.